the review video. Number 1, the difference of two numbers is 5. X minus y equals 5. 5 times the lesser number minus the greater number is 9. So I know that the smaller number, the lesser number, has to be the y, because that's how subtraction works. A bigger number minus a smaller number gives me a positive. So 5 times, oopsies, Trisha, being bad. 5 times the lesser number minus the greater number is 9. So this is pretty much all set up for substitution. If I add y to the other side, I get x by itself. Since x is y plus 5, wherever I see an x, I can substitute in y plus 5. So 5y minus y plus 5 equals 9. Now be sure to distribute that negative. 5y minus y minus 5 equals 9. 4y minus 5 equals 9. 4y equals 14, and y is 3.5. To get the other part, what are the two numbers? To get my other solution, I'm going to go ahead and plug this number back in to either equation to find the x. So it's very easy to plug it in right there. X is equal to y plus 5, so if y is 3.5, then x is 8.5. Okay, we're going to skip number 2 because the answer comes out to be a negative. I made a typo. I think it should have been 3 pounds of trail mix instead of 30. The answer comes out negative, and your variables represent how much per pound, or how many pounds you're buying, and a negative wouldn't make any sense. All right, let's go to number 3. Oops. Tia and Ken each sold snack bars and magazines. They earned $132 for Tia and $190 for Ken. So Tia, right here, she sold 16 snack bars and 4 magazines, and she got $132. Ken sold 20 snack bars and 6 magazines, and he earned $190. So S must stand for, oopsies, that's too big. S is going to stand for price of snack bars. M is going to stand for price of magazine subscriptions. I know how many they sold. Usually we're looking for how many, but this time we're actually looking for the cost. Okay, for this one I'm actually going to do elimination because we're set up in standard form here. So if I multiply this top equation by by 3 and this bottom equation by -2, I'll actually get 12 and -12 here. I think on the answer key that I sent out, I did 4 and 6. It really doesn't matter. All you're trying to do is to get these things to cancel out. So 3 times 16 is 48. 3 times 4 is 12. 132 times 3 is 396. Okay, multiply by -2 here, we get -40s minus 12m equals -380. Add, I get 8s equals 16, and that means that snack bars are $2. Then that means that M, to find M, I'm going to plug back in. So I have 16 at $2 each, plus 4M equals 132. 16 times 2 is 32. So 4M equals 100, and magazines are $25. So it says determine the reasonableness of your solution. So if it were the other way around, it really wouldn't make sense. If snack bars were $25 but a magazine subscription was $2, that really wouldn't make sense. So yeah, it's reasonable that a snack bar could be $2. Okay, this one's a little bit different. I know some people struggled in class with this one. Mr. Norman gets a commission of $2.50 on each pair of women's shoes and $3 on each pair of men's shoes. He wants to make at least $60 in the commission. So you have to have everything line up. Sorry, it's just like freezing up today. You have to make sure that you're keeping the units the same. So dollars goes with dollars. So $2.50 for the women's shoes, $3 for the men's shoes, and that needs to be at least $60. This is the part that everybody struggled with. To meet his sales target, he has to sell 10 pairs of women's and 5 pairs of men's. Well, we don't have a total there. So I just know that women's has to be more than 10 and men's has to be more than 5. So remember, in a system of inequalities, my answer is a graph. It's the shaded region. So if I start graphing this, I'm just going to do a little sketch. I'm not going to make it perfect here. I only need quadrant 1 because we can't have negative shoes. And I know that I have to be bigger than 10. Bigger than 10. I have to be bigger than 5. Then I'm going to put this one into slope-intercept form. So, I should have really done it in X's and Y's, I guess. So we know which one we're getting alone. So we have 3y is greater than or equal to negative 2.5x plus 60. Y is greater than or equal to negative 0.83x plus 20. Okay, so my y-intercept is up here at 20. And my slope is not quite negative 1. So it's a little but kind of similar. It's not that important to be super accurate. I'm just looking for the region. So greater than, so I'm shading this way. So the triple shaded region is actually what I'm looking for, and that's here, here, here. All of this is solutions. So it says name one possible solution. So I know I need at least 10. Looks like I probably need more than 20 women's shoes. And I know this is 5 on the men's. So looks like I need way more than that. I gotta be over like here. So maybe let's say 20 and 20. Let's say 20 men's, 20 women's. Let's see if that works. So it's the women's X, right? So 2.5 times 20 would be $50. And 3 times 20 is 60. So that would definitely work. 20 and 20. Let's not be so ambitious. I wonder if the men's are harder to sell. That's why he only gets $3. So here's one idea, but let's say he sells less men's. Let's say 20 women's. Let's only say 10 men. Let's see if that'll work. So 20 women's, again, 2.5 times 20 is 50. And then 3 times 10 is 30. 50 plus 30 is 60. Good, that works. There's another idea. All right. Very important. When an ordered pair is a solution to a system, it's where the lines cross. There's one ordered pair that's your answer. They might be parallel and not have a solution, or they might be right on top of each other and have infinite solutions. But if there's an ordered pair, it's where the lines cross. But when it's an inequality, you have shading. So this one might be shaded down. This one might be shaded up. It's the double shaded area. It's where the shading overlaps. There are more than one solution, just like we saw in the last one. There's lots of different combinations of shoes that he could sell to make his sales goals and to make enough commission. Lots of answers. Okay, find the point on the graph of 3x minus 4y equals 9 where the y coordinate is 3 times the x coordinate. Y coordinate is 3 times the x coordinate. Substitution again. I have y by itself, so I'm going to go ahead and take what y equals and plug it right in. So I have 3x minus 4y is equal to 9. 3x minus 12x is equal to 9. Negative 9x is equal to 9. So x is negative 1. Plugging that negative 1 right back in gives me a y of negative 3. So the ordered pair on the graph is negative 1, negative 3. Okay, graphing some inequalities. These ones are in slope-intercept form, so they're nice and easy. I am going to go to my y-intercept of negative 1, coming straight from here, and my slope is 2. Up 2 over 1, up 2 to the right, 1, keep on going. Down and to the left, down and to the left. Dotted line, because it's strictly a less than. Let's see if 0, 0 works. If it does, I'll shade over here. If it doesn't, I shade over here. Okay, so let's see. Is 0 less than 2 times 0 minus 1? Is 0 less than negative 1? It sure is not. So I'm not going to shade where 0, 0 is. I'm shading over there. Okay, now this one is kind of backwards. Y is greater than 2 minus x is the same thing as y is greater than negative x plus 2. So I'm going here, I'm going down 1, over 1, down 1, over 1. And also, this gets dotted. It's greater. I think I'll probably be shading up, but let's check. Is 0 greater than 2 minus 0? Yes. So I'm going to be shading this way. Oops. So the double shaded area, that is my solution right here. Not actually on the dotted part, but everything in between. Okay, y is greater than x minus 4. So go down to negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And my slope is 1. Up 1 over 1. And again, dotted line. Greater. Does 0 work? 0 is greater than 0 minus 4. Yes. So shade where 0 is. For the second one, I got to do a little bit of work. 2x plus y is less than or equal to 2. Y is less than or equal to negative 2x plus 2. Subtracting that 2x from both sides. So I'm starting here at 2 and I'm going down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. And I get to do a solid line right here because I have the equal to part. Okay, if 0, 0 works, I'll shade over here where 0 is. If not, I shade up here. 2 times 0 plus 0. Is that less than 2? Is 0 less than 2? Absolutely. So we can shade right where 0 is. And right here, this double shaded area, that's my solution. Okay, catch the rest in part 2.